Language alone do not build the character and personality of a person. It's much more than that. Language is different from communication skills. Welcome to another episode on my YouTube channel. If you're visiting the channel for the first time, it will be great if you could read the description of the channel and also certain highlights. Yes, you could even scroll down and watch other videos because a lot of strategies and a lot of book reviews have been given. Some of my works also have been elaborated. So why don't you take some time to go through such videos and then send me emails and comment on the videos. Now, today's topic is spellings, and many of you expressed your concern with reference to spellings. By the way, I'm shooting outdoors today because I feel it's a good ambience that I get here. So please forgive and pardon me if there are honking sounds and if you get to hear some other sounds. But I really get a very good feel when I sit and speak to you from here. Hope you will also enjoy the video. Spellings, very important. Today we have got the automated dictionaries and we rely on the technology for spellings, for the help with spellings. But have you ever wondered, have you ever really wanted to work on your spellings? So this particular video is for people who are working on spellings. Now, I got a few emails from IT professionals. Many of them say that I used to be good with spellings when I was in my school, when I was doing my post graduation, graduation, college days. So during this learning phase, my spellings were really good and I was an expert in it. I used to be an expert, but right now I'm not able to get the same, I'm not able to bring out the same skill when it comes to drafting emails or writing a letter. And sometimes the most commonly used words are misspelled, and that really taps my confidence. So let me tell you something regarding the spelling and confidence, because that is when I started thinking about this. Confidence and spellings, is there a connection? Yes, definitely there's a connection. See, I'm not talking about the advanced words that we use in the English language. When we use very simple words also like receive, doubt, know, such kind of words, we use this daily during a conversation and even in our emails or whatever you want to type, the notes, everything. But when you don't spell out the words, you feel that there is a kind of distance that is developing between the word and you as a person. Sometimes you may not feel it. It's a kind of subconscious effort that takes place over time, over a long period of time. One day, when you try drafting an email without the help of dictionary, or when you try to write something, you feel you will have all these doubts whether I'm spelling out the word correctly. That doubt will come in, and slowly you will feel that you're developing a kind of distance, and then the confidence begin decreasing, and that affects your speech flow also. Okay, now it doesn't happen knowingly, it doesn't happen consciously, it takes a lot of time. It happened to me also when I started using the automated dictionaries, when I took help from different resources while writing, because it helps you, and also it is quite easy. You don't have to sit and think or even recollect the spellings. But I eventually understood, I identified that I'm not able to spell out even the most commonly used words, and that was of real concern to me. So I just switched off the dictionary and I started spelling out the words so that I don't develop a distance between the words and myself and then lose my confidence. So there are people who are not good with spellings at all, who lack the basics. You need to work on that by reading and by practicing. So when you read something, you practice on the same word. After that, you could just take words from here and there. If you're fond of reading the newspaper, you can take words, write down, spell it out. You can use all these means, but reading and spelling it out on your own will definitely help you. But for those people who have lost the connection, like the IT professionals, some of them told me, I used to be good with spellings, but right now I feel so ashamed. And sometimes I lack the confidence to write down even the notes, or even write down list of some things, because I feel I'm not able to spell out the most commonly used words also. So this particular video will really help you to identify the problem that you have got, and then see, earlier the better. You don't have to wait for the whole process to take form and shape, and then begin tapping your confidence. When you identify the problem, when you feel that there is a kind of problem, there's a kind of big distance that is created, a void that is created before it develops into a big fissure, why don't you identify the problem and begin working on it? Okay, spellings are very important. Even on social media, I can see a lot of people misspelling the most commonly used words. I'm going to discuss a few of them. I've written it down. And see, I'm not having pity, or I don't feel very bad for such people, but there are people who write to me saying I'm very bad with spellings, and I'm not able to speak the language, I'm developing a distance, and such kind of things. So this video is for such people who are really struggling. And towards the end of the video, I will share a true incident also. It is regarding an email that I received 2 weeks back. Okay, so please stay tuned. So, coming to the words, this first video is here. I mean, the first word is here because that was the word. Okay, so coming to the words, the first word, video. This is a most commonly used word, and people do spell it out like this, which is wrong. Please take a note of it, okay? It is video. Do not make a mistake. The next one, we have got these two words, insulated and insulted. Now, I received an email 2 weeks back, and the person wanted to tell me that I used to be insulted, or I used to get insulted when people made fun of me, but he wrote insulated. So we have got both the words in the English language, and they've got two different meanings also. But be very careful with such words. Sometimes when you misspell the words, what happens is there will be another word with the same spelling in the English language. You may be aware of it, maybe you will not proofread also. That is when the problem comes in. So some people lack the knowledge, some people are very careless. You need to identify your problem and then work on it. So sometimes you may not intentionally make the mistake, but you need to always proofread and cross-check before sending something. Okay, so the next one is provoked. So there are people who spell it this way. When you spell it the other way, there are chances that people don't understand what you're trying to convey, and it can really become a problem when you write something on your own and then later you discover that you have made a mistake unintentionally. Then comes this word, it's a commonly used word, doubt. It's pronounced as doubt and not doubt. Okay, many people misspell the word. Then comes affluent and fluent. See, when you see someone speaking very well, you say he's a fluent speaker. She is a fluent speaker and not affluent. Affluent means copious, rich. In terms of wealth, we use it in terms of wealth as well as richness. So you can say the person has got richness in language. It's okay. But a better word that could be used is fluent. The person is a fluent speaker and not affluent speaker. Right? So such kind of words, because I came across comments having these words misspelled. All these words were misspelled, and I commonly come across the same words underneath my videos also, because this is a platform where you can really cross-check your spelling. So please switch off the automated dictionaries. There will come a time when you cannot and you will not have the access to such automated dictionaries or such facilities, where you will have to bring out and tap the skill of spelling out a word. So why don't you take the preventive measures, and why don't you begin working? Because when you reflect, recollect, recap and spell out a word, there is a kind of skill that is involved. It gives a kind of exercise to your brain. It also helps you to develop a stronger bond with the language. I'm not speaking only for the English language, but also any language. Spelling out a word, writing it down is very important. So one way is to read and then write down the word. So suppose you read 2 pages from a book or from a particular article from the newspaper. Write down the words, use those words to write something in your own words in a diary by the end of the day, not immediately, because you will have to reflect and check for yourself how much you have understood and how much you can retain, how much you can recollect from your memory as well. So use those words to write something on your own. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So these are some of the commonly used words which I found, which came my way, and please don't make mistakes there. Okay, there are more words in fact, but I have to mention this particular experience. Now, 2 weeks back, I got an email from a person. I've given it by the side of the screen. And here, I don't want to reveal the name of the person. The person conveyed that he is quite frustrated with everyone around, with everything around, with life, and he was not able to find peace in his life. He's still not able to find peace in his life, and because of that, he's frustrated with himself. When a person is frustrated with everything around, there are chances that he or she becomes frustrated with himself or herself. And he told me that he reads all these theories, philosophies, Erickson's theories. You must have heard of it. Even if you haven't, it's okay. The psychoanalytical theory by Freud, then the Vedantas, all sort of spiritual teachings, the Zen theories, the Vedantas, as I mentioned earlier, the chakras, everything. He reads on everything. And he's really interested in the psychoanalytical theory, psychotherapy, and even the spiritual teachings, but he's not able to find peace. Now, some people will tell that you don't have to read all these things because you won't understand. If you're not able to understand the gist of these theories, don't blame the theorists. And it's not for people who can only understand English because it is available in most of the languages. So make sure that you get the cream of these theories. And these theories are made, it is written by people so that it helps you stay motivated for the rest of your life, so that you also uh, make your life better. It's not to find frustration in yourself and in people surrounding you, it's to make your life better. So if you feel that you're not able to understand the theory, if you're not able to understand the philosophy behind it, then it's only because of the lack of understanding, or it's because of not being able to relate with such things. And it's okay. It's okay if you're not able to relate with such things. It's okay, actually. So what you should do is um, choose something that you are convenient with. Otherwise, don't go for it. Don't go for it at all. And this person was telling me, now I've lost my peace of mind and I'm thinking everything in a negative way. Even the email was like that, because I found this person commenting unnecessarily beneath my YouTube videos, and then I had to eventually cut off the access, because there were chances, and there were chances that it could be misleading for other viewers and other subscribers. So I had to cut off the access. And that's when the person sent me email saying, I'm really sorry for writing comments without watching all the videos, without understanding what you were trying to convey. And this happens with every people, every person. So when you don't watch a content completely, see, when you don't watch a film completely also, how can you write a review? Same thing, how can you write a comment? Just like that, this person is negatively influenced, and that's what he shared with me. And because of all these theories, he's finding it difficult. The simple answer is, try to read it when you're okay, when you are calm, and when you're able to digest it. Otherwise, why don't you go for something else that's quite simple? And philosophies and theories are not for people who are sophisticated. If you're able to understand, if you feel that your life becomes better, definitely go for it. It's definitely made for the common man, but you need to have some exposure and simple life experiences. You need to be keen with observation to understand them. That's all. The same thing applies to language learners. Many people read 40 grammar books. They learn all the grammar rules and they feel that they can speak English fluently and they should be able to speak. My dear friends, it's not possible. Okay, there are people who read 10 books and 20 books throughout their life. They have been reading, and when they speak, they try to refer the grammar books and frame their sentences. That's not how it works, because everything needs to be practical. Grammar books, of course, you have got the rules, you have got the basics, just like these ideas and philosophical basics. But when you put it into practice, you should have the presence of mind and discretion to pick and choose and use what is right for you and what really works with your life, or at least extract the best, filter the best. Okay, when it comes to grammar, when it comes to language, you need to practice. And there are a lot of strategies given on my channel also, where I'm helping you out with sentence formation. Focus on the positive side, focus on what you have uh, been progressing, because every day is a new opportunity for you to learn and become better. Make use of that and then ask for help. Okay, so definitely there are language learners who feel confused and who feel very negative after reading the grammar books and after listening to a particular speaker, or after enrolling for 100 courses at the same time, or even after taking the speaking courses. It helps you only when you understand and get the right guidance, which is really important. So I hope this video will definitely help you. And thank you so much for joining me. Bye bye. Take care.